Today marks 1274 days sharing lessons I learned and continue to learn with all of you. My hope that these insights will inspire you, support your dreams, help you achieve your goals, and empower you to become the person that you want to become. Today, I speak about giftedness. But today, I will speak about why we do not pursue our giftedness. Why we do not pursue that. Why we don't pursue our nature. Why we focus on other things. Why we focus on weaknesses rather than strengths. Because there could be a good reason. There could be a bad reason. I think that giftedness is such an area where we're able to be experts. But sometimes we run away from it and run away to something that we are not good at, including myself. Including myself, I was amazingly good at trading, but I was afraid of it and I didn't pursue it, even though I was amazingly good at it. And I think that's very, very important to understand that a lot of times we do not pursue our giftedness, our strengths, because we are afraid. We don't have the confidence, we don't have the courage, we don't have some ability inside, inner peace to really pursue the things that matter. So today we'll share seven things that really stops us to pursue our giftedness, our strengths, our nature, because our nature is giftedness. But at the end of the day, we need to really nurture that, because not nurtured gift, it doesn't matter. You have a seed, you have an amazing seed, you have an acorn seed that you need to plant, water it, to make sure that it grows a beautiful tree. So giftedness is that seed, that's a beautiful acorn tree. So number one is fear of responsibility. That means that when we have a giftedness, we will potentially could achieve that expert level. But if we achieve expert level, what happens? That means that we need to be responsible for other people. You need to help other people, develop other people, because you are experts, are leaders. They are innovators. They are making things happen in their giftedness. Every single person, I think, is supposed to be a leader. Every single person is supposed to lead. Every single person is supposed to serve and add value. And we able to do that when we actually in our giftedness. And being able to think, what is your giftedness? And do you nurture that? Because every single person does it. And I think that a lot of times people just do not find their giftedness because they just do not build anything. I think that when you build anything at the moment, because you're not able to look for giftedness, oh, I'm looking at this. No, you're able to really build that, and you find it by building it, not to look at it until build. So fear of responsibility could be one of the reasons why we do not pursue our giftedness and walk away from it. Number two is imposter syndrome. So we are not good enough. And it might be that say that it's very interesting thing that sometimes when we are gifted in something, it for us that comes very, very, very easy and simple. And it seems that everyone's supposed to understand it easily. Everyone's supposed to easily. It seems that it's not a big deal. It's a big deal that you're able to achieve something. It's being able to really say that I'm great, I'm good enough, and I'm an expert in this field, and I'm gifted in this place, because a lot of people are not gifted. And being able to be aware, how much do you know, how much you're able to do, how gifted you are in that field is very, very important. Because otherwise, we'll have imposter syndrome. We'll not value our own giftedness, because it will be just like a regular person in that field. Number three is fear of being seen. And this is legit fear. Being seen. A lot of times people just don't want to be seen, don't want to be in that person who is everyone is looking at. Because when you're expert, you will get attention. It'll be good attention and bad attention. Experts, that's what it is. Like, you're not able to be expert to every single person. Some people like you, some people don't. If you average, you potentially could be good for every single person. But if you expert, you will be very good for some people and not that good or terrible for other. But so that means that when you are gifted and even you don't pursue that giftedness, you don't need to be seen. But when you pursue giftedness, you are pursuing that, and you will get criticism. And a lot of people do not want that, and they do not pursue their giftedness and pursue something that they are not good at. And they're able to say, this is just I'm just starting. Just I think that's very, very important to understand it. We pursue our giftedness no matter what other people say. Number four, success changes everything. I think that's just very, very important that sometimes we are afraid of failure, but sometimes we are afraid of success. That means what will change? My association will change, I will change. And it means that changing everything, like environment, people, relations, connections, health, and that success sometimes is scary, but scary only because it's unknown, uncertain. There's no clarity. And I notice sometimes that uncertainty is very scary and you're afraid of it. And we need to learn that not everyone is ready for transformation, even though it's positive. So you need to get comfortable with change to improve all those areas just to make sure that we're able to pursue that expert giftedness because that will change everything. Because when you reach that expert level, it could transform all the areas because you start making more money and you make more money, you have better health, and everything could change potentially when you change one thing and one thing only. Number five is external pressure and programming. I think that is a lot of times we are programmed by society how we're supposed to live, what you're supposed to pursue, what the paths look like, the timelines, what you're supposed to buy, what you're not supposed to buy, what kind of job you're supposed to do. So social conditioning, friends conditioning, family conditioning. There's so many different conditions that really sometimes pushes us away from our giftedness. We're sometimes even able to forget how gifted we are in certain areas because what we do, we please our family, we please our friends, we please other people, our communities, but we forget to please ourselves. I really loved the one of the podcasts with Mike Tyson where he said that if you are a friend to everybody, that means you're an enemy to yourself. And that's exactly what giftedness. I think that sometimes we need to say that this is my dream, this is my gift, and I need to use it. I need to use it because it's my gift. No one else got that gift, so I need to use it. Otherwise, what you don't use, you lose. What you don't use, you lose. And potentially be able to lose those gifts and you will not have any gift whatsoever. And that means we need to understand that external pressure and programming need to be aware of it, be empathetic to ourselves, compassionate, and say like I'm willing to change and become aware where my program was making me make choices, and now rewire ourselves and make different choices that we can really pursue our giftedness. Number six is fear it won't pay off. So it means what happens if I pursue this giftedness? What happens if I pursue something more meaningful? What happens? So that means that if you like just pick for some reason came up into my mind is really be a barber, and you used to work in a job in the office, and now you think about like a woodwork or barber, and now you transition to something that you will gift that, and it's could it be scary because what happens if I don't, if it will not pay off? What happens if I need to go back to the job? What happens if I need to go back to the same office? If what happens if I need to go to my boss and say that nothing worked out? And that's a very scary thought. Being able to really visualize yourself going back to your office and say like, "Oh, it didn't work out." That's a scary thought. I think that we need to understand that we need to change that thought and really look into possibilities. What happens? Because I think that it's great when you look into even 1% chance. If there's 1% chance, I will take it because I'm pursuing something that I'm gifted at. And that gifted gives me the most chance for me to become expert and get the most of my life. Explore things. And last one, number seven, because it is part of your identity, not just a skill. Giftedness is part of your identity. This is gifted to you, so it's attached. It's in you. That gift is in you. That means that if you pursue and give all your heart, and you give everything 100%, and you fail, that means that it hurts. It hurts your identity because if you pursue something that you're not that good, you don't have the skill set. So this is not who you are. It's the skill set, external skill that you develop. So it doesn't attach with your internal peace. But when you really pursue something that you're very gifted at and then you fail, and again, I think that failing is only when you actually give up because if you fail, so probably you've heard it, fail, what it means is first attempt in learning. First attempt in learning. So it means when you fail, you learn, you develop, you improve, and you go after again. And that's how you develop that giftedness. Because maybe there's something the path was not correct and there's something different path because I love the analogy. The mountain is big, there's 360 degrees, and some are very steep areas and sometimes are much better. So really finding a way how to use the gift from different paths, from different pivots, just to make sure that we're able to really get to the expert level the fastest, the more joyful, the most peaceful, and really help the most people, serve the most people. So hope that you reflect as well today. What are the gifts? What other people say that you are gifted at? Do you develop those gifts, or you focus? Oh, I'm pretty weak on those things, so I will focus on my weaknesses. Because I really love the research that was done, and they looked into the businesses and businesses who looked into employees, and they said like there's two types of business. One business looks on developing the weakness of employee, and other is developing strengths of employee. And what was that research showed that so interesting is that companies that focused on focusing on weaknesses, on developing the weakness, they even lost money. They were going down, while companies who invested in strengths, they just soared. Of course, it's a generalization, but that's probably like 80-20 rule again. Like 80% of the business who actually focus on strengths, they got much, much better results than companies who really focus on me, because I think that's exactly what we need to do ourselves. Giftedness is our main strength, and really being able to develop that, become that expert, and really not be afraid of it. Because as we discussed, there's a lot of reasons why we might not pursuing that giftedness, because it's sometimes it's scary. But when I think there's it's worth it to pursue your giftedness, because your confidence, your competence, your courage, everything changes when you're actually in your gift. I hope that you reflect, and I hope that you will make the decision to really even invest even more time into your giftedness, that you will become the best version of you as soon as possible. So I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.